Man, you ever like edit and just like sometimes I'll be editing, just like, damn, I'm so fucking good at this.
This is an editing breakdown of Kelly Wakasa's million subscribers special. My goal with this video was to tell Kelly's story of his 10-year-long journey to get to 1 million subscribers. And all I had to work with was an hour-long clip of Kelly talking that then I took and turned into a 15-minute long video that was 90% B-roll.
For the longest time, one of my biggest goals in my life has been surpassing 1 million subscribers. And well, we're just a small amount of subscribers away from doing just that.
Pretty early on in the editing process, I was like, we need something that the viewers can see throughout this, help them see where he was at in subscribers and give them almost like a countdown or like a timer so they can see the progression of time, like how long this took place. Also, we haven't pointed this out yet, but this timeline, look at this timeline. This thing is massive. This is probably one of the biggest timelines we've ever done.
I mean, this is what it should be every time.
Okay.
I'm not even surprised by this.
Okay, good.
This is actually, I think there should be more layers.
I'll get on that.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
Look like. Let's go back in time 13 years ago when I was 9 years old. This is my first solo video on YouTube.
Yo, it's Kelly. I like to play soccer.
So this part, I was already using the graphic with the subscribers to show the timeline, but I wanted it to, because Kelly has that line where he says, let's go back in time. I like that Kelly did we did a mass transition. It looks like this.
We're still here.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I wanted to show Kelly at pretty much his earliest stage. I don't think this was actually your first video, right?
My first video is so shitty that like we couldn't really salvage anything. You can't even tell it's me. So I was glad you used this clip.
So that's like another tip of advice. Like, you can lie to your audience like slightly. Like, you can use clips that are out of order or things like that if it serves the story.
Whoa. We're not lying because
sure,
it is one of my earliest videos. Kelly, you say lying, but I don't think it's lying. To me, I'm just like, we're just trying to tell the best story.
Kelly's like, I swear, our videos aren't fake. They're not fake.
They're not fake.
I like to play soccer.
I would use my mom's old Mac desktop computer and iMovie to make these videos listed under my older brother's YouTube channel.
So this is something you guys should be doing as well. Like, whenever you're talking about something, try to layer over B-roll that's like exactly what you're talking about, right? So for example, I looked for old clips of Kelly and his brothers for this entire portion.
Fast forward a few years and I started this channel called Football Freestylers. It was a joint account created with 3 other friends in my middle school where we would make basically soccer trick chain videos.
This is something Kelly and I do a lot. You'll see it throughout. We like to use like little transitions or it's like a transitions pack. We have a bunch of different ones, but it's a nice way to kind of flow through B-roll or like transition from one scene to the next. So
it's so boring to watch the same transition, the same shot the whole time. We're working with literally just me talking to the camera the whole time, and this is all added on the video. So like, you have to make it entertaining.
But I'm here today with Kelly Wakasa. I sent out this thing, I was looking for an intern, somebody who would be wanting to work with Braille, do some filming and editing, and this guy responded to me.
You know, this is just showing the progression of time, right? So we wanted to develop and make the story feel bigger. It shows those different elements that you might not see with Kelly just talking.
The narration goes on for this whole 15-minute video. It's so boring. Like, I can't listen to my voice 15 minutes straight, but it's really fun and even more engaging when it's an actual clip.
But at the end of the day, I really just enjoyed hanging out with the whole crew. Honestly, I learned so much from this period, but when I was there, I wasn't actually actively trying to learn.
So I wanted it to be kind of a change of pace from this sort of rock music into more of like a sentimental, like to show how much Kelly really cared about this moment in his life. So I wanted the music to sort of represent that.
The whole idea of the video is that there should be ups and downs. Like, that's what makes a good story.
Yeah.
It's like you just like don't know what's gonna happen in the end. If the video is just nothing goes wrong with the video, everything is really boring. What you just explained and did in the editing is that you had a high moment, it was like good, and then it's back down to square one with subtle music.
Eventually, I crossed the infamous 100,000 subscriber mark during my senior year of high school. Around the same time, I was done making skateboarding videos.
I love that clip. For this clip specifically, right, I wanted, because Kelly's like, oh, I was done making skateboard content, and I wanted it to feel like Kelly was like almost hitting a wall or like things didn't go exactly to plan, because they didn't. I wanted to show that it was a tough transition, so I used like a clip of him falling. Each of these B-roll clips that you see, like there's a reason behind why I placed them where they are.
It honestly felt like I was starting from zero again. I graduated high school and was not that interested in college, but I honestly didn't even have the option.
The other music was like kind of sentimental and happy, right? But this one is like, it's like rock bottom in a sense of this story. I feel like there's a few moments, but like this is one of them. I wanted to emphasize that, so I brought in some pretty sad music.
Fighting demons, man.
It took a lot of convincing, Luke, but
Yeah, this is a good clip right here. So what we did here, it's called Media Offline, and it's kind of just, we're just better YouTubers than you guys.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
But big dreams. This was when real life.
The music finally like comes to a point where it's like, wow, this is like the next chapter of his life. It's starting. I wanted to re-engage the viewer and get them hyped. I like to do this a lot with montages where if you're doing a montage to go from point A to point B, it's nice to carry the viewer throughout and not just like have random B-roll until you get to the next destination. So this one is like clearly like you're traveling from point A to point B. Starts in SF, goes to LA, and then ends up at Kelly and Luke's apartment.
I got into the University of Arizona, which ultimately started the next chapter in my life. At this stage, I really started diving into this channel and treating it more like a business.
The reason I cut this shot in here specifically, I think this was a good way to represent that Kelly's like beginning of college in a sense. He was very lost and alone. Like I think at this point, I hadn't even met. Like,
I'm not alone. I'm not lost, dude.
The reason I chose this is because, like, you know, when you have a character that's far away, it makes it feel like emptiness around them. So that's why I kind of chose this, to make it feel like almost uncertain.
Arizona was a wild year and was one of the best decisions I ever made.
You lied. You lied. This B-roll, it's in Hawaii. But this is what he was saying earlier.
We lie.
We lie. We're liars.
It just works so much better. This footage works better. Yeah, we were in Hawaii here, but I needed party footage because you're saying it's a wild year, and frankly, you did party a lot that year. So
yep.
And after less than a year there, I dropped out. I again found myself lost.
I beat you to the buzzer.
You could talk first. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I know you chose this clip of me closing my book because it's the end of a chapter.
Yes. So that's exactly why I chose that. But I also I normally like to end the music that I'm using it when the scene is ending. So this one kind of like dun dun dun, and then I also matched it with the closing of the book sound effect.
Stayed 2, and after less than a year there, I dropped out. New York City started a whole new chapter, a brand new city and a brand new approach.
Yep. Song change again. It's going back up. The roller coaster going back up.
Freestyle.
No.
Freestyle. Freestyle.
Dude, this man always tries to get me to freestyle. I'm not freestyling.
Years.
Today is Sunday, October 27th, 2019. This is a video to my future self. 1 million subscribers. That's a lot. I'm manifesting it right now. Know I'll be successful.
This has to be one of my favorite moments in the whole video. He recorded this years before the million.
I knew it. When I was storyboarding this video and like coming up with the whole narration, I actually first had these clips in the very beginning, and then I changed it, and I just like, I don't think like the very beginning we talked about this like it would work. Once you got to this part in the video and you see this, it's so much more impactful than when you see it right in the beginning, because it's almost like if you were to play these clips of me manifesting it right in the beginning, you're like, oh, then he's gonna accomplish it. It's almost like saying, today I hit 1 million subscribers. And then it happens. Because
there's no real emotional journey. If you give the viewer what they want right away, there's not going to be like a huge emotional impact. It doesn't show the journey and progression. We're making movies. We're making movies, bro.
Making adult films. I don't know why I said that. Dude, just play the video.
Christ, Jesus Christ, we're about to hit it. You're about to hit it. People. Whoa. I'm not even ready. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope you're still smiling. I hope you're still having fun. I hope all your dreams and aspirations have come true. And we have 1 million subscribers, so I just want to say congratulations.
So this moment specifically right here, Kelly didn't ask me to add this in here, but re-showed kind of Kelly's motivation, and it re-showed Kelly's progression over time, and I really liked adding it in here to himself because, you know, congratulating him after he hit 1 million subs. I thought it was very emotionally impactful. My goal is always to make the viewers cry when watching a video, so as bad as it sounds, I do love making people cry.
I love it.
I love it. That's the video. So
bang!
Bang!
We got a couple more minutes. We gotta shoot the next one.
Yeah, we gotta just go. Keep working. So peace, guys.